Hallo julle, ons doen vandag Vila se kind, die drama. En voor ons dit doen wil ek vra dat julle die boek, die skooluitgawe vir graad 12, EAT, First Additional Language, dat julle eers die drama lees. Dis een van die mooiste dramas wat in Afrikaans bestaan. Nou, Vila se kind is geskryf deur Darlene Matthee. En Darlene Matthee is bekend vir haar bosboeke. Sy het Kringe in 'n bos, Moerbybos en Vila se kind is my persoonlike gunsteling. En die hele drama of die hele storie, want daar's 'n novelle ook, is gebaseer op die waarheid. So dit het werklik gebeur. Iemand het vir haar, sy het baie navorsing, she did a lot of research about the Knysna Forest, the people, the elephants, and by the way, in 2022, they found one of the last elephants in the Knysna Forest. So this is based on true events and true story. And now, if you go to, if you visit Knysna Forest, you will see the Darlene Matthee, the big tree there, and because she was so familiar to the forest and the environment and the plants and, as I said, the animals and even the people living there. So please read not only the drama, but if you have time, read the book as well. It's beautiful. Goed, so ons gee vandag vir julle 'n bietjie agtergrond. I'll just give you some background today. Now, if you look at the picture, you will see there's different scenes on it. We come to that later. Now, in 1860 to 1880, that's long ago, het hierdie gebeure regtig plaasgevind in die Knysna en die Lange Kloofberge. Now, if you come from the Rus, that's 'n klein Karoo, en jy gaan na Oudtshoorn toe, dan sien jy daar is 'n teken wat sê Lange Berg, Lange Kloof. En dit is waar mense natuurlik nog steeds vandag bly. Die Lange Kloof is baie droog, dis nie so groen soos die Knysna bos nie. En dit gaan oor Vila Komuti. Sy is die hoofkarakter en ons sien ook die boek se titel is Vila se kind. Ons gaan nou daarby kom. Vila Komuti het die geleentheid gesien om met volstruise ostriches. She saw the opportunity to farm with ostriches. Toe daar nie meer 'n aanvraag vir volstruisvere was nie, for the feathers. So she started farming with the ostriches and the eggs. Nee, sy het die vere aan handelaars in Knysna verkoop en die Komuti se lewenstyl was baie hoër. And that's important. Their lifestyle was much better than the Van Roy and the other family in the Knysna Forest. Die bosmense is ook uitgebuit deur die Engelse handelaars en hulle het verarm. Now, the people in the forest, they were mostly white people, but they became poorer and poorer, nee. Goed, kom ons kyk in 1938. Dis maar Darlene Matthee is gebore in 1938 and she passed away in 2005. You don't have to know that, but it's good to have a general knowledge about the author of this drama. Sy verkoop meer as 1 miljoen boeke in Afrikaans en die verhaal van Vila word aan Darlene vertel during that time. Die roman Vila se kind verskyn in 1985, it's long before your birth, en die roman word in 7 tale vertaal en 1988 they made a movie, Vila se kind, and in 1999 word dit aangewys as the best Afrikaans book of the century. So it's a fantastic book. As ons kyk na die titel Vila se kind, Vila's Child, you can also read it in English if you prefer, but of course for Afrikaans, for matric purposes, you need to know the Afrikaans version. Alhoewel het lyk in die titel asof dit oor Vila gaan, Vila se kind, besef Benjamin, her child, this is Benjamin, this boy here, aan die einde van die verhaal wie hy werklik is, and he was Vila's child, so that's where he belonged. Now Vila and the Komutis, they were colored people, and they stay in Lange Kloof, but as I said, they're richer than the guys the Van Rooyen family staying in Knysna Forest, because they really struggle with everything. Goed, die thema, the theme, die mens, and this is very important. There's 3 main ideas here. Die mens sal sy hele lewe lank soek na identiteit en na geluk. Throughout your life, you will look That's your own identity and geluk your own happiness. That's why we live. Nee, die samelewing, the community was bevooroordeel teenoor mense op grond van hulle velkleur. And we sometimes we still find it that the community, the people, they are prejudiced because of some people's skin color. In this case, as I said, Fila Komuti, they were colored, and the people in Knysna Forest, they were white people. Mense is soms magteloos en uitgelewer aan omstandighede buite jou beheer. Now, sometimes if you phone, say for instance, you phone there's a problem, the municipality, there's a problem with your water or electricity or whatever. Sometimes you need to wait and wait and wait. You're so frustrated, and this is exactly here, that you feel magteloos, hopeless, en jy's uitgelewer in circumstances, and you can't control that, nee. In this case, Philo, she found this boy, Benjamin, when he was a little boy at the back door. She picked him up and she raised him as if he's one of her own children. She loved him, and she actually had a soft spot for this boy. And ook aan owerhede, nee, owerhede is like the government in noodlot wat jou lewe beheer. You can't do anything about it. That's the rules, and you must stick to it. And you will wait till the right person arrives, until the right person can help you. And you will see Phila's frustration as well. So it's the three things. You will look at your identity and happiness throughout your life. People are still prejudiced, or those here especially, op grond van hulle velkleur, skin color, and then sometimes people, ons sê, is uitgelewer aan omstandighede buite jou beheer. There are circumstances, and you can't control that, and you must just bear with it and go on. Okay, daar's karakters. Ons sê daar's 4 groepe karakters. Die lange kloofse mense, remember I said it's near the other side of the mountain, that is in Oudtshoornside, very dry there. Die bosmense, the forest people, mense van Knysna en omgewing, and then there's other characters as well. Okay, kom ons kyk na lange kloofse karakters. Phila Komuti is die baie belangrike karakter. Ons sê sy is die tritagonis, sy is die matriarg, en sy is die aardsmoeder en 'n breinvrou, very strong. If you watch the movie, you will see Shalene Surti Richards in the main role there, and of course she passed away also last year, but she was the best Phila. Okay, sy is 'n sterk vrou, sy is liefdevol, hardwerkend, hardworking and very patient. Sy het 'n sin vir regverdigheid. For justice, nee. And that's why she went to Knysna to find out what happened to her child when they took away her child. Sy het geloof, she's very religious. Beklei om haar handskind terug te kry. She called Benjamin her handskind. She fought to get him back. En buitestanders, outsiders aan omstandighede beïnvloed haar geluk. And that's part of the theme. Nee, outsiders and circumstances, they influence her happiness. Remember, that's part of the theme. You want to be happy. Everybody wants to be happy. Ondersteun haar gesin. She support her family, fisies, with food and with clothes, ook geestelik, spiritual and intellectual. She has this high morals and values, and she convey and she taught her kids these values and morals. There's a mystic link between her and Benjamin. As I said, she had a soft spot for him. So she's a wonderful character, full of different perspectives you can look at her. Selling Komuti is her husband. He's good, he's very clever, and he's a very wise person, met insig en wysheid. Wisdom is wysheid. He's very honest and reliable. Hy's afhanklik van Phila. Phila is the go-getter in the family, nee, she takes the lead. Hy leer Lucas om te roei. Later on in the story, we see he taught Lucas how to row a boat. Hy's sieklik. He's not a very healthy person, but he's spiritual. His spirit is very strong. He's also a strong character, but he's more introvert. Phila, if she sees something, she will talk about it, nee? So she's more the extrovert of the two. Okay, as ons kyk na lange kloofse karakters, dit is nou in die droë dele, dan sien ons, daar het ons Lucas van Rooyen. Later on, we start off with Benjamin Komuti. He's the main character, and I say he's a protagonist. Is everybody in the story like Benjamin. Now he's got two names. Phila, he grew up when he was with Phila, she called him Benjamin Kamuti, but later on when they took him away to the Van Rooyen family, of course, then he was Lucas Van Rooyen. And he's the main character. Hy staan uit tussen die Van Rooyens as iemand wat opgevoed is. He was raised well. Who raised him? Of course, that was Phila, nee, and she taught him all these values. 'n dubbele naam word symbool van verwarring. He was also confused. Later on, he was confused. Where does he belong? Want hy weet nie waar hy regtig inpas nie. As ook sy twyfel oor sy gevoelens vir Nina. Now, Nina is one of the Van Rooyen children, the daughter, and he fell in love with her. And he thought something is wrong because you can't fall in love with your sister. We come to that later. Yeah, she's supposed to be his sister. So he has this, ons sê het 'n innerlike konflik, nee, inside, identity crisis, en hy wil weet, wie is hy werklik? Nee, hy vra ook, who am I? Wie is ek? Benjamin in die Bybel was die jongste seun van Jakob, sy ma Rachel is met die geboorte dood, en daar is similarity met sy, as hy 3-jarige aangeneem word deur Phila en die kind. So there is a bit of similarity if you refer to the Bible, nee. And then right at the end, he decided he will be Benjamin Kamuti, right at the end. Throughout the whole drama, and it was a drama. Lange kloofse karakters, David, one of Benjamin's brother was David. He was 13 years old, an attractive boy, a smart-looking boy, and he supported his mum, but he died at a very early age. Tolly was an alcoholist later in the story. And he ended up in jail. Tronk is the jail. And of course, when we start this drama, he was 11 years old. Other characters is Kitty, the oldest daughter. She was 14 years old in the beginning of the drama. She's 23 at the end. Emma is the young daughter wat gebore is toe Selling tronkstraf uitgedien het. Selling, the father, was also in jail. We come to that later. Petrus Sondag is a very rich farmer nearby, but Selling worked for him as on the farm, and there's a lot of respect between Petrus Sondag and Selling. Then the forest people. There we have Elias van Rooyen, and so he's an antagonist because he's in conflict with the main character Benjamin, and we don't like Elias because he's not a strong person. He's actually laid back, he's lazy, baie lui, hy's agterbaks, no pride, hy's nie trotse mens nie. Hy sien die kinders net as mense wat kan werk en geld kan inbring. He uses his own children to work just to get some money. Hy verstaan nie dat Nina lief is vir die bos nie. And he's complaining all the time. He thinks life will be better, but he's not doing anything to improve his circumstances. He's also lonely. Eensaam is lonely. And he's got these outbursts towards his children and, of course, towards his wife. And other people as well. Now, Bartha is his wife. She's very tragic, actually. She's a very weak and passive character. Sy praat min en sy kan nie standpunt inneem nie. She's also very quiet and she's actually scared, nee, want Elias can be very rude. Sy laat toe dat Elias haar kinders fisies en emosioneel mishandel. She allowed Elias, her husband, to treat the children in a very rude way. Now, that's why we say the theme is universeel. Wat beteken dit? Selfs vandag, even today, you get this, that the wife is too weak to stand up for the children, to say no to the husband. So she allowed the husband to treat her and the kids in a very rude way. Sy lieg voor die magistraat. The magistrate, she didn't tell the truth. And sy lieg vir Benjamin. She said to Benjamin, you're my child, but of course he wasn't her child. Sy bepaal die verloop van die gebeure. She has this ability, because she had to choose, we come to that now, who in the magistrate, in the court, who's Benjamin, who's Lucas, actually her child. And sy bepaal, she could determine what happened to Benjamin or to Lucas at the end. Elias verswak, became weaker and weaker, and sy besluit right at the end, she decided to tell the truth. So that's why we said she changed the whole story, the whole story. Then we've got Nina van Rooyen, that is Lucas' sister. Ons sê sy is ook 'n protagonis, soos Philo. Sy's 'n regte boskind. She loved the forest en haar pa dwing his force haar om so hard soos die seuns te werk. Can you see how rude is Elias? She's a very strong character. Sy leer Lucas om die bos deur haar oë te sien. She told him, or she taught him some secrets of the forest. She believed there's like fairies and the elephants can hear her and they understand her, all those things. Toe sy 17 jaar oud was, gaan werk sy in die dorp en net soos Lucas, she felt also like an outsider. Lucas felt like an outsider, and she, at the age of 17, she went to town to work there. Goed, and then also forest people is Christoffel and Willem. That's the two brothers of Lucas and Nina. Willem is 6 years old in the beginning and he's 15 years old. We don't know a lot about these two sons of Elias and Barta. All we know is that they had to work for the father and he sent them around and they did all the dirty work, and he hoped for better living. Nee. And Christoffel was the other boy's name, but you must know the names of the boys, Willem and Christoffel. At the end, Christoffel was 14 years old. And then there's in Knysna and the environment, there's also the census opnemers. Now you know what is census, and we have Lange and Dikke. Now, of course, that's not the real names. Lange is the tall guy, Dikke is the fatter one. Lange, hy gee nie om vir mense nie, doesn't care. Hy het geen menslikheid nie, he was so unhuman, en hy het aan Barta gesê wat kind sy moet kies. So he's not trustworthy at all. In court, he whispered in Barta's ear, and she had to choose from the boys, and he said, the boy with the blue shirt, that is your son, Lucas. So he also told a lie. And Dikke, no, without any emotion, I just like this whole system, the census stelsel, because you know, census, you need to fill in a form and just tick, 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 tick off. There's no emotion. He doesn't care at all. Hy onthou van die Van Rooyen kind wat weggeraak het. When they came to Philo, and she had to tell them, okay, how many kids do you have? And then he said, but what's this white child doing here? I remember a Van Rooyen kind that disappeared years ago. Goed, and then other characters is Mr. Goldsbury, is ook 'n antagonist. He was the magistrate from Knysna, en hy het besluit, he decided that Benjamin is a Van Rooyen child, so he must go back to the forest. Miss Weatherbury, Nina woon by haar, and sy versorg, she look after Nina and she protect her, nee. John Ben, hy is in die hoof van die skepe, the ships, daar deur Knysna koppe, na die meer. I'm sure you know, those of you who've been to Knysna Heads, you know how it looked like. And then we have Khalil September. He was a very funny alleenloper, 'n loner, wat na Benjamin kyk as Benjamin Knysna toe kom, and he also has this dream to become, to work for other ships, om 'n seeman te word. Okay, now if you please, before we go on further, read the drama so that you know the background, that you know the characters. And there I said also you can refer to this book and with all the questions and answers and descriptions, and that can help you a lot. Tot